Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén muy, pero muy bien. Arriba mi gente positiva, mi nombre es Julio Ávila de lemprende.com. Hoy hablaremos de el símbolo perdido. Hablaremos de la fecha de publicación. También al final de este video, unas palabras de este famoso escritor. Acompáñenme.
No, hombre, a veces soy una cosa, pero bárbara.
El experto en simbología Robert Landon es convocado inesperadamente por Peter Solomon, masón, filántropo y su antiguo mentor, para dar una conferencia en el Capitolio. Pero el secuestro de Peter y el hallazgo de una mano tatuada con 5 enigmáticos símbolos cambian drásticamente el curso de los acontecimientos. Atrapado entre las exigencias de una mente perturbada y la investigación oficial, Landon se ve inmerso en un mundo clandestino de secretos masónicos, historia oculta y escenarios nunca antes vistos, que parecen arrastrarlo hacia una sencilla pero inconcebible verdad.
How's it going?
Wonderfully.
So I will introduce at first in Spanish to the audience, and after that I will perhaps translate to you.
I speak Spanish pretty well, so
Spanish?
I understand it very
That's
well.
great, that's
He olvidado casi todo, pero puedo.
Muy bien, muy bien. Hey, ¿qué tal, coleccionistas? Bienvenidos a una nueva entrevista del canal. Hoy tengo el honor de estar aquí con Dan Brown. Welcome.
Thank you.
Él es el autor de El Código da Vinci, por supuesto, de Ángeles y Demonios y de Inferno. Inferno, you're actually the last book you write, and the last movie is coming out. How's it going with Inferno?
It's been an absolute joy, pleasure, and a whole lot of fun to watch this movie being made. Everybody's really excited about it. It's very fast-paced, like the novel, and there's been a lot of enthusiasm so far from the people who've seen the advanced copies.
Well, first of all, let me tell you that it's not easy for me to make this interview, because all the way here I was thinking about, hey, you're going to interview Dan Brown, I mean, one of the most best-selling authors of all time. I really want to know, what's your secret?
My secret, I hate to say this, is just hard work. I write 7 days a week. I start at 4 a.m. I'm very critical of my own work. I throw out a lot of it to get the pages that end up going in the book. And I wish I had a secret. People say, well, you have a formula. If I have a formula, somebody tell me, because these books take about 3 years to write. I think it's just hard work, as it is in filmmaking or your business, everything.
I really think, in my opinion, that your books talk about some, controversial things. And I want to know if it's hard to you to talk about religion or those kind of things without hurting anyone, or you really don't care. I mean,
No, I never want to hurt anyone. I'm trying to. I grew up in a household where I was encouraged to ask questions, difficult questions. For when I wrote Da Vinci Code, for example, I was amazed how many people were upset by it. I felt like I'm just asking a question. What does it mean for Christianity if Jesus is not literally the Son of God? What if he's a mortal prophet? And to me, that was a question that was okay to ask. Not true, apparently. So I never want to hurt anyone. I just want to get people thinking and talking. And I believe that many people, even if they're slightly offended by something I've written, understand that the dialogue it creates is important for our progress, for our understanding of our faith, all of that.
your books. You don't just tell a single story. You talk about real people and real authors and art in full kind of ways. In this book, Inferno, you talk about Dante and
Yes.
Dante's hell. When did you realize you really want to talk about hell?
You know, I took an Italian class when I was in high school. We read an easy version of Inferno, of the Divine Comedy. And I knew really back then that it just spoke to me on a level that it surprised me. I thought this was written, you know, in the 1300s, and it's so vivid and so intense. I read it again in college and knew at some point that I wanted to write about Dante. Could not figure out how to make a medieval epic poem relevant to the modern world. And that's where overpopulation came in. I said, well, what if Dante's Inferno is not history, but it's prophecy? And I've been very concerned about overpopulation, so I married the two. And was able to write Inferno.
And you talk about Dante's hell, but what about your personal hell? We all have a personal hell.
Yeah, you know what? I think hell is a veil through which you see the world. I think that you and I could be in the same situation. You might see it as heaven, I might see it as hell, just because we're looking at it differently. Hell is a construct of our minds, and I think we would all be very well served to see the world through a veil where we realize it's much, much closer to heaven than hell.
Okay, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Pleasure.
Muchas gracias por ver este video. And finally, just a last thing, I always say goodbye to the viewers with a sentence that is, larga vida a los libros.
Larga vida los libros.
Larga vida a los libros, so you want to say it out loud?
Larga vida los libros.
Thank you so much. And nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
¿Cómo te pareció? Bueno, ¿cierto? Gracias por ver este video, te lo agradezco mucho. Si requieres un libro, pásate por mi sitio web, déjame un comentario del libro que necesitas y haré todo el esfuerzo por conseguírtelo y te lo hago llegar. Suscríbete a mi canal, me ayudarías mucho. Te recomiendo esta música para que disfrutes de tu lectura. La lectura es un buen hábito que todos debemos adquirir. Mejora tu escritura, te estimula mentalmente, te ayuda a relajarte, no es costoso ni complicado y amplía tu conocimiento. Mínimo, te recomiendo 30 minutos de lectura diaria. Te aseguro cómo cambiará tu vida.